Yo, what's good everybody? King here and I am back with another video. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys a best settings video for Apex Legends Season 12. The new season dropped yesterday, and I'm bringing you guys the best settings video. I went through the config files, and it looks like they didn't change much in there, so I'm going to be showing you my config files and also the in-game settings that you want to use to make your game feel better and also run better. Before we get into the video settings and all that stuff, let's get into the regular settings. So the first setting that you want to worry about is the prompt style. These are all personal preference, by the way. Well, not all of them. Some of them are objectively the best, which are only a couple, but these are mostly personal preference. So I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. So compact, button hits on, shows your thingies. So down here you see how it says Q next to my ability. It shows your buttons. Um, Crosshair feedback, you want to know off. Stacking numbers, faded, so it's more transparent. Um, uh, picture is on, shows people who kills people and stuff like that. And top right, you don't want that off. Minimum rotation, you can have that on, personal preference. This is also preference. Auto sprint is personal preference as well. I use on. Double tap is off. Jetpack control, that is on hold. That is better. 3D incoming damage feedback. This is objectively the best off. You don't want your when you get shot to get removed out of your box. It's simple. You guys should know this by now if you play Apex. Disabled, disabled, on, disabled, disabled, everything else disabled. Doesn't matter. I play on 1.14 sensitivity. These are my optics per optic sensitivities. I gradually increase them. Everything is on off here. These are my keybinds. They're pretty standard. Scroll wheel down on jump and space on jump at the same time, and also have a tap strafe. Scroll wheel up. So I have that all in the auto exec files. Just quick through run through my keybinds. Controller, I don't really play on controller. If you guys want to play on controller, play 5-4 classic. Small dead zone. If you want to play on linear, play 4-3 linear with no dead zone. Play on ALCs, you can play whatever you want. I play on, this is my ALC settings. You can play them if you want. These are my button layout. You can use this if you want. I don't use claw, I don't use paddles, so I'm basically default with my fingers on the triggers. This is what I found that's easier for me to use. No triggers, or with no claw, no paddles. These menu the default trigger dead zones, you want them off. These are display settings. I play on 1820 by 1080, slightly stretched. 106 FOV. You want this on disabled. Also this on minimal. VSync off. Reflex on. If you have GPU bottleneck, then keep enabled on. So if your GPU sucks compared to your CPU sucks compared to your GPU, then put on boost enabled. Aliasing off. Streaming budget I have on low. Bilinear disabled. Literally everything else is on disabled, the lowest you can possibly go for more performance. Audio I have it on 100%, and dialogue I have on 8%. These are your teammates, and these are on off. Background on, that's personal preference, and this is how my game looks. As you can see, I don't have any shadows, and I'll show you how to do this in the actual game files really quickly. If you guys would like to further improve your game quality, you can go along with this. So what you want to do is go to the bottom left and type in saved games and click on it, and then go to respawn, then go to Apex and go to local and click on VideoConfig. If you guys search saved games and it does not show up, go to your C drive, go to your users, go to your name, whatever your default thing is, and mine's Alex because that's what I have it set to, and then saved games, respawn, Apex, local, video config text. Right click on this, make sure it's not on read only so you can actually edit it. Open it up and copy everything here. I will have a link to, well, I will have, what's it called, the command line in the description. I will not have a link to it. I'll have the command line in the description. You can just copy it and paste it right here. And then the only thing you need to change here is this, which is the default res. This is changes to whatever resolution you play on. These configs basically make it so this setting here, CSM enabled, if you have it on 1, that turns on shadows. You put it on 0, that disables shadows, and then everything else is just on 0 that needs to be. 35 LED scale switch. This makes it so the models are a little bit less defined. So textures on the models, on the players and objects don't load at super high quality, so it just makes the game run quicker, better, because everything's not rendered at freaking max quality. It doesn't look bad at all, just letting you know. These are gamma settings. You might want to change this once you get in game. Mine's on 55%. You might not even need to touch it. That's my brightness, and then you just save it, close it out, and then you right click on the file, hit properties, enable read-only, apply, then okay. You have to have it on read-only before you start the game, and you can't touch any of the settings in game after you go with the config. So make sure your game's off and closed uh when you save this, and then make sure you enable read-only, and then you start your game up. So once you start your game up and it's up, you can see that you have no shadows. So I'm gonna give you a side by side comparison of what the game looks like with shadows and without shadows. So first things first, so you know how I said if you change any setting in game, it will make it so shadows come back on. So I'll show you right now. If you look and see there's no shadows, and I will change literally just view shake. I'll apply it and then put it back. That's all I changed. Now you see there's a line on my screen. You see the shadow, and you see the shadow here, you see shadow here. You see the moving shadows here, down here, of these things here. So basically just removes visual clutter. You see all this dust flying around, and these shadows that pop up. It just makes your game a little bit crisper and removes all the shadows. So here's a side-by-side comparison of it. And you could see when I changed it, the side-by-side comparison. So you can make that judgment yourself if you really want these settings. These are just an extra thing to make your game a little bit better and smoother and have no shadows. But yeah, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, they didn't do much in the config settings. So yeah, the only thing they really did was remove the reticle color customization, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope it was helpful to you, and maybe your game runs better, and you enjoy it more. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and check out all my socials and everything like that. Everything will be in the description down below if you guys feel like it. And thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.